Yes.
My name's Anna Manus, and I live at 205 Gary Street, Churchill. And I was wanting to come down and discuss with you all about the Rebel Yell Bar and Grill that's below my house. The noise is getting excessive on the weekends. My mom, myself, my brothers, and other neighbors, they can hear it in their house on the weekends. And she's been asked to stop at 11 o'clock. And I have to call the law 2 or 3 times sometimes on the weekends to get her to turn the music off, and sometimes it's 12:30 before sheriff stops.
We've been out there quite a few times, right, Chief?
Yes, sir.
And we will be addressing that tonight.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
You.
Next, we have under new business, first reading of orders 23-511, orders to amend the municipal code, noise code. You want to read that, Chris?
Yes, sir. Section 1, Title 11, Chapter 4, Section 11-402, exceptions, adding subsection D and Title 9, Chapter 1, Section 9-107, adding subsection B to read. Now, these are modifications to our existing municipal code. Hours of outdoor music performances and amplified sound within commercial businesses. Any musical performance, either live or presented in recorded form by a disc jockey or master of ceremonies, or any amplified sound at any commercial or business venue within the corporate city limits of the city of Churchill, shall be and is hereby restricted in their hours of performance to commence no earlier than 9 a.m. and cease no later than 11 p.m., provided no sound shall exceed 85 decibels at 50 feet from the site of amplified sound for any business or commercial venue. Any amplified sound for civic, educational, or school activity, including sporting events, shall not be restricted as to time or decibel. Section 2 of this ordinance shall take effect from and after its first reading before the board of the mayor and alderman.
You mean second reading?
I apologize. After its second reading.
Okay. Well, what this is a tool for our police department to use for complaints that we're getting loud noise throughout the whole city. Right now, we don't have that. So do we have a motion to adopt orders 23-511? We have a motion, Mr. Luster, we have a second? Discussion?
That 85 decibels, to give you an example, I mean, that you can look it up on different charts and things like that, but that is pretty quiet. I mean, and so that's sort of, I think, the idea behind it. I mean, that's about the sound of like a buzzer at a basketball game is what that falls within. And so it's not like it's whispers, so to speak. It's not like they can't do anything at all. It's more just as, you know, as a general rule of thumb to keep it not absolutely ridiculous, like bands playing at ball games after that time, things like that, really.
And it unties our police officers' hands.
Yes.
May I ask a question? If you don't mind, does that include fireworks after midnight too?
That falls completely under a totally different ordinance.
That's not,
fireworks.
that's not noise?
This is just amplified music and sound from bands or.
In commercial venues.
Right. Fireworks ordinance will still remain the same unless
Okay.
it's changed at a later time.
No, it's still the same for the third.
Oh, so this is just music?
Music in commercial venues by disc jockeys or any other
Okay.
type of situation like that. Yeah.
But I've got some charts
Thank
and
you.
decibel meters if anybody wants to see where it falls in.
Any more discussion? Vicky?
Kathy Christian,
Yes.
Keith Gibson.
Yes.
James Grigsby,
Yes.
Ken Wester,
Yes.
Ed Tipton,
Yes.
Michael Walker,
Yes.
Ms. Gill.
Aye. So ma'am, does that answer your question?
Yeah, to a point. My issue is she had changed her hours from 8 to 12 to 7 to 11.
Well, this right here will, like I said, will give us a tool with our police force to deal with such things like this.
Yeah, 'cause I mean, it's usually after 11 before I ever have to call, because she just continuously just keeps playing. They'll come down and she stops, and then when they leave, she turns it back up.
But if this is passed, this is pretty well taken care of, right? Chad?
Yes, sir.
If I may comment, Chief and I had a discussion about objective and subjective determinations. He has the equipment to measure the the objective sound, so it's not an officer's subjective judgment whether this is too loud or not. If it's above the criteria and it's 85 decibels is an objective criteria.
And does this record if you take them?
The device I just purchased does not, but they have the ability to record with their body cameras as they're holding the meter up to register, and they will.
Should we have, and I'm just asking, because I don't know a lot about this, should we have something where it records it and documents it?
I haven't found one. I haven't found one that does. This was one of the better decibel meters that I went ahead and purchased and been testing, so,
Well, I would think that would be proved. Can I ask a question, though?
Yeah.
What is the penalty?
It would be a citation through municipal court.
Falls under the same
Fall under the
noise
same noise
ordinance
ordinance we have. I think it's, fine court costs is roughly $140 per violation.
But with this two, if you go out there and it's way above your parameter, you can shut them down.
If they don't comply, they
Right.
issue citation and they continue same offense.
No, I'm talking about if you go out there that night,
Correct,
hypothetically, and then it's way farther than what it's supposed to be,
yes.
you can stop it, the officer can stop it.
We'll issue a citation, and if it continues, then we'll shut it down.
Okay.
So
that's-
what about that night? So she's saying that you go out there,
Yeah.
you give them a citation, you leave, and 10 minutes later, they're back at it. So can you?
Once
if you
this is
get
in place,
multiple-
yes, we'll shut the place down for the night.
Okay.
Yeah.
Plus issue the citations too.
Okay. And
Can
that's
you
what we're
issue
going-
2 in one night?
Can, yeah. Be the
Or
same
it's
thing, you
violation.
call speeding here and speeding 10 minutes later, it's continuing, you can get different offenses every time.
Unfortunately, the Tennessee legislature has limited the fining power of municipal courts to $50. That's the largest fine that can be assessed, but it can be assessed every time that the offense occurs. So,
That's not very much, the fine that we've dealt with for years.
Right.
But when you add the court cost to it,
yes,
and you get multiple citations in one night,
then it's
then
prohibited.
it gets to
Right.
be,
And the goal is to achieve compliance, not punish.
And did you say there was another municipality that done this, Chad?
Yeah, there's several. I went through MTS and looked at several, and this one seemed to be the best one that I felt. Some of them were too complicated because some towns went in and put noise ordinance decibels at different times. You could have, so much on Sundays, you can have so much on Saturdays. And for my research, 85 decibels is an annoying tone. 70 to 80 can be traffic noises that we all hear. I've tested it like talking in this room. We'll get 50 to 60 decibels in an office setting talking, but this is 50 feet away at a continuing noise. So you get up to 85, it's going to bother the
And
neighbors.
I think that's
I
the key
live
to
further
it.
than 50 feet away from the
50 feet,
actual
yeah, that 50
business,
feet
so-
will make a big difference.
Right,
We're not talking about standing in front of the building, we're talking about 50 feet away.
correct.
Anybody else got anything?
Chad, your decibel quite a bit higher.
It can be.